The brand new track at the Norfolk YMCA was put to good use as community members participated in Faith Regional's Stride for Strokes event. The event was aimed to raise awareness about strokes and their symptoms while providing resources for stroke victims and their caregivers. But first things first, what exactly is a stroke?
In general, a stroke is caused by a lack of blood flow going to the brain. And it could be caused by a blood clot, it can be caused by a rupture of vessel causing bleeding. But in both cases, blood flow is stopped going to the brain, and that part of the brain then doesn't get oxygen, and that causes the damage.
Dr. Schwartz said she wished strokes were called brain attacks so they would be taken as seriously as heart attacks. The longer a stroke goes untreated, the worse the long-term effects are. So doctors made an easy way to remember the signs and symptoms.
We try to focus on the be fast mnemonic, where they can have acute onset of balance symptoms, or they can have spinning sensation or difficulty with walking, acute onset of eyesight issues, and usually it's just one eye where they have loss of vision, where they have facial weakness or a droopy face on one side, arm weakness, so we usually advise patients to hold out both arms, and if one arm is weak or seems clumsy, that can be a sign of stroke. Speech difficulties, if they've got garbled speech or they can't talk at all or their speech is very slurred, those can all be signs of a stroke as well. And then the T in that mnemonic is time to act, so we want to get patients to the hospital as quickly as possible.
Remembering the signs from Be Fast could save a life, and you may not think a stroke would affect you or your loved ones, but they can happen to people of all ages and are responsible for a lot more deaths than you'd think.
Nationally, stroke is the 5th leading cause of death, but even in Nebraska, it's the 4th leading cause of death. So it hits closer to home for us here in Nebraska.
For more information, you can visit strokeassociation.org or reach out to the Norfolk Area Stroke Group. From Norfolk, for News Channel Nebraska, I'm Chris Williams.